there's no way we don't have just like 2 more hours left.
I know. I'm gonna go get some dessert real quick.
Yeah, you go.
Keep going on.
Okay. Mr. Alba, I request that you testify once more. As if there's anything else for me to testify about. I still have yet to fully prove that it was Mr. Alba who murdered Mr. Cochin. Well, I would like to hear about your movements before the murder occurred. I wonder if you could tell us about what you did here at the Theatrum Neutralis. Very well. I suppose I could tell you about that. Because about all I did was watch the Steel Samurai stage show. Elaborating on even that alone is good enough for me. The only way for me to place this man under arrest is to pinpoint the exact location of where the murder took place, for that is the key to this investigation. Got my hat on backwards and I'm ready to fucking party. Oh, it's the good music. I watched from the last row. The stage was well lit, but it was dark out in the audience. I swear I was there in the audience, but it's hard to prove that, I suppose. I do remember the contents of the show very well, though. Is that proof enough for you? Those moving scenes were seared into this old man's heart. I'll never forget them. So you were in the theater proper watching the Steel Samurai stage show, were you? Of course I was. I have a great fondness for the Steel Samurai. Yeah, that was pretty cool up there, wasn't it? You're not the one who was cool, it's the Steel Samurai who was cool. Yeah, and the Steel Samurai's special finishing move today was really something, huh? Hey, Edgy! Who is she? Who's this super cute girl? She's been standing here this whole time, and he only now notices her? Her name is Kay Faraday, and she's helping me in my investigation, and is my daughter, and if you touch her...
Stay away from her, Larry!
I will end you.
I'm back, I got cheesecake.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry I didn't introduce myself earlier, but better late than never.
Oh, sorry, I'm drinking water.
Silence in the peanut gallery. There's no time for such trivialities at such a time like this. Mr. Prosecutor, this is a final battle. You got that?
I know, this is the end. We've said that, like, for the past hour now, but this is, in fact, the end. For that man there.
Now that's the kind of thing I like to hear. I think I'll give trusting you a try, Mr. Prosecutor. Or rather, Mr. Edgeworth.
He said my name. He said my name.
I leave this critical battle up to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Have no fear. I will finish the job. This really is the endgame. The time has come to expose every last one of Mr. Alba's lies. He said my name!
He said my name!
Alright. I was watched from the last row. The stage was all lit, but it was dark out in the audience. This song right here might actually be my favorite track in the game. I love this song. It's really good. The last row. I should think that an ambassador would have had special seating reserved. I wanted my staff to enjoy the Steel Samurai show as well, so I gave them all the good seats for them. It was enough for me to simply see him. Hey, the Steel Samurai wasn't the only hero. Let's not forget about the Pink Princess here. My dear madam, if you continue to thrust about like that, your hip may begin to hurt again. Oh my, well aren't you a considerable person when you want to be? But this young butterfly is on the side of Edgy Poo. So you can spare me the flirtatious come-ons.
Wow, he's completely frozen.
In frustration, perhaps? I dare say he could be one rather trying opponent. In any case, Mr. Alba, can you actually prove to us that you were watching the show? I swear I was there in the audience, but it's hard to prove that, I suppose. Are you admitting, then, that you have no way of proving to us that you were watching? Quiet, you buzz in my ear like a pesky little fly. If you don't wish to listen quietly until the end of what I have to say, then perhaps you should pick up and get out of my way. I see that you're willing to be a bit more perceptive now. Well, it's true that it may be difficult to prove that I was out in the audience. I do remember the contents of the show very well, though. Is that proof enough for you? This is where it's going to be good, because remember, he didn't have a sword. No, wait, was it he didn't have a sword or he didn't have a spear?
Well, that was afterwards.
No.
Broke it.
No.
Or was it? No, but yeah.
Because his main weapon is the spear.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where he might get fucked up. Hold on. Well, I remember the contents of the show as well myself. That's nice. That's nice.
Miles Edgeworth, don't allow yourself to be riled up by him at this important juncture.
Wasn't planning to let him. Well, if you ask me, I think I'm the biggest Steel Samurai expert around here. Didn't you think the climactic scene of today's show was just totally awesome? Yes, I remember that well, and the spectacular special move. The way you delivered the final blow against the evil magic. He used the sword of the show.
It.
That scene will live on in my heart forever.
It was a sushi splash.
Is that how it went? Yeah, I totally forgot about that. How can you forget about your own special moves? That's the special attack the Steel Samurai uses when he's using the samurai spear. Yes, and today was the first time they showed it off, was it not? If I hadn't watched the show, then how could I answer you with the name of the move? I suppose you are correct, but if you could, please elaborate on this point for me.
Oh my god, wait, that's right, he broke the spear before the show.
I think, do we need to... Because he bent it, Larry couldn't do the attack! You dumb son of a bitch. Looks like you need to get up to date on your tokusatsu knowledge. The special move today was the early summer rain jab. Is that your final answer? Yeah, thank God I was paying attention to what Kay said about how the Steel Samurai used the sword, or else I would have forgotten about that completely. You little irritating gnat! Do you think you can trip me up by asking the same question over and over? That was not my intention. Your testimony is more than sufficient. However, I believe it would be wise for you to take a look at this. The samurai spear, what about it? This spear actually never made it on stage today. Excuse me? Unfortunately for you, tonight's Steel Samurai happened to be a goof of a young man with an abundance of useless hot-bloodedness. Damn, bro, you could have just said I was, like, weird. I'm just saying. Having said that, said useless man bent the spear during his rehearsal this evening. Hey, do you remember what the Steel Samurai special move was tonight?
It was the Steel Samurai sushi slash.
Correct! Because he couldn't use the spear, a last-minute change was made. Had you really been watching the show, you would have known the move that was used. Kirkus Alba. You didn't watch even a single minute of the Steel Samurai stage show tonight, did you?
Haha! So he wasn't watching the show tonight. Then it opens up the possibility that he was busy killing Mr. Coachard instead.
So where were you during the show? I demand an answer now. Just what is so funny? Bark, bark. It's these
Hold
dogs.
on, give me a second. What the?
All these dogs.
There's something going on in my next room. Hold on.
Okay. You're so sloppy, and so are your conclusions. I still insist that I watch the show, or most of it. So what do you mean by most of it?
Okay, I'm good.
You see, during the show, I left my seat for a spell to visit the bathroom. I assume that was when the dramatic scene was played out on stage. That is the lousiest, lamest excuse I've ever heard in my life, pal.
Just because you got the name of the move wrong. We can't really use that as proof you didn't watch the show at all.
As a fan of the Steel Samurai, I'd wanted to watch the entire show. Honest. As a Steel Samurai fan, for someone who wasn't even in his seat for the climax of the show, you have no right to call yourself a Steel Samurai fan, ever!
What? Who was that just now?
It would be I, young lady! Larry, are you doing... What are you doing interrupting me like that? Edgy, just hold on for a second, I beg. You may never accept this old man as a Steel Samurai fan, but I totally think he's a Steel Samaniac. Samniac. What exactly is a Steel Samniac, pal?
I believe he meant to say Steel Samurai Maniac.
Yeah, and trust me, I know a real fan when I see one, because I'm the Steel Samurai. Larry, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I will never acknowledge you as the true Steel Samurai.
Oh my god, he's so aggressive about this.
He's hashtag not my Steel Samurai.
Why are you getting so fucked up over it, Edgeworth?
It appears that the real Steel Samurai recognizes me as a fan. As well as he should, for I am a fan. It's not as though I missed the entire show. It was a most amazing show filled with the spirit of the young and the young at heart.
The sarcasm dripping from his long wooden nose couldn't run any thicker.
Getting the name of the move wrong only proves that he didn't watch the last scene. What I really need here is something more definitive. Something that links Mr. Alba directly to the murder of Manny Cochin. He literally had the fucking knife on him in a picture. What?
But that's not enough.
What more do you need? You know what, Gramps? You really are something else. I'm honored to receive such praise from the Steel Samurai. But what is it for? Well, I was just wondering how you found out about the early summer rain jab. That move is a bit of a secret that only a small portion of the staff know about. Wait, it was a secret? Wait a second, because they said this was supposed to be the first time it was shown off. Larry, what did you just say? Did I say something stupid again? Did you say that the early summer rain jab was actually a secret? Well, maybe I shouldn't have said secret. It's more like we only decided on the name of the move right before the start of the show.
Right before?
What the fuck?
What does that mean?
Yeah, the stage director was going nuts because we were supposed to debut the move. About 5 minutes before the show, we threw it up on the dressing room whiteboard. Early summer rain jet. That's the kind of how we decided the name of the move.
That's where he died.
Because the cart was there. But by that time, I had already bent the spear, so I guess the whole thing was kind of pointless.
That's how we knew the name, because he ran it on the board. All of you Steel Samurai actors are all the same. The director has my complete sympathy.
So basically, because we changed the name of the... We changed the move to the sushi slash, we kind of pretended that the early summer rain jab just didn't exist at all. I mean, it'd be bad if someone found out we changed the move, so we made it a secret. Also, yes, I changed his voice. My throat's about to give out.
Oh, no, I
me
feel the
some
same
slack.
way when I do some of Lang's lines.
So basically, a gag order was ensued for publicity's sake.
It almost makes the summer rain job sound like a lost art.
Yeah, which is why I think most of the staff haven't even heard of the move. Hold those lips of yours still! What the heck, old man? I've done nothing but listen on. From what I can tell, is all very unrelated to the case. It's also very tedious and pointless exercise and wasting time, much like a kid's show. You're not a true fan at all. You wouldn't insult children's television like that. Mr. Alba, I believe the one who should be quiet now is you. How dare you! I suspect that you've already noticed exactly what the very severe implications are in this man's testimony. I'm gonna drink some bad soda real quick. Oh, so now you're trying to bully me, huh? There's no implication to read into a behind-the-scenes story of a kid's show.
Don't even think about trying to slither your way out of this one, Kirkus Alba.
You were the one who said it yourself that the name of the move was Early Summer Rain Jam. But that name was only decided upon right before the start of the show. So, just what are you driving at?
The name of the movie you just told us was never used in the show or said aloud.
Yeah, because if it was, then 90 billion people would make YouTube videos of like, did you know that the Steel Samurai was supposed to have a move called the Early Summer Rain Jab?
Oh my god, you're right.
The reason it was never used isn't very well known. However, it was supposed to debut at the stage. Now then, would you care to tell us about how you found out the name of that move?
Because I can only think of one way you could have known.
Alba, this is the only way you could have known the name of the special move. You saw it! You knew the name because you saw it. You saw it in the dressing room's whiteboard. The staff members who knew were keeping it a secret, so you couldn't have simply gone up to a staff member and asked. Which means that the only other option left is that you saw it on the whiteboard.
So that means Mr. Alba was in the waiting room at some point, right?
But what's the big deal, sir? I don't see what that means. There is another piece of evidence that has a great deal to do with the dressing room. So we can't afford to let this slide, because it's the cart. The cart would have been in there. Who's to say the man in the costume wasn't even Larry? Because remember, he took the costume off to go down the chimney.
That's true.
Who is the man? Who is the man? That's the suit. The man behind the mask. And Mr. Cochin's murder. Fucking cart. Because we saw it in the flashback. Just if we didn't see it in the flashback, we wouldn't have fucking known. The push cart that was used to move the body was right there in the dressing room. During the show, the push cart awaited its turn to be pushed on stage in the dressing room. Oh my fucking god! There was just a dead body in there the whole time.
Oh my fucking god.
And it was finally pushed there, along with the Iron Infant, in the last scene of the show. And then, right after the show ended, it went into Alabaster along with the Steel Samurai. Which means that the only time the killer could have placed the body inside the pushcart was when the pushcart was in the dressing room backstage.
So basically, the killer has to be someone who visited the dressing room during the show.
Precisely.
Oh, but wait! What if this is just a what if? What if the murder didn't take place in the dressing room?
What do you mean, Kay? I have to admit, she brings up a valid possibility. During the show, the dressing room was supposed to be devoid of people.
Anyone going to the private dressing room will stand out like a sore thumb. But despite that, the killer still managed to move the body without a push cart. Or with the push cart.
Correct, and it is because of the setup of the theater's dressing room. That would be the ideal location for the murder of Manny Cochin. Alba, during the show you went down to the dressing room, and I want to know why. Yes. Yeah, I was there. I went into the dressing room. I knew it. I'm placing you under arrest right now, pal. You got that? Arrest. Not so fast.
How is he gonna fucking wiggle his way out of this one?
What is it now? I don't deserve a chance to explain myself. Explain? What is there to explain? I believe I told you earlier that I went to the bathroom. Well, I got lost when I did.
Oh my fucking god.
I could not find my way to the urination station, and therefore, that's how this whole conundrum happened, obviously.
Urination station.
I wanted to ask for directions, but when I opened the dressing room door, there was no one inside. And that's when I saw the name of the move on the whiteboard. Bull fucking shit. No one is in a room. You open a room, you don't look into it, and just read a whiteboard, and then go, oh, okay.
You punk. Still trying to get out of this? Do you really think you can get away at this point? Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there anything you can do to stop him?
Don't have the airtight evidence I need to put this man away for good. But if that's what I need, then perhaps we're gonna... Oh, we're going to the dressing room. All right.
Oh my fucking
Possible that we may find new evidence there. Yeah, if Miss Edgeworth pokes around in there, I'm sure I'll find some new facts, pal.
Oh, and if we use a little thief, we may even learn something from a recreation. We don't need to do any of that.
Thank you, Lang.
What? Wolfie? How could you? I'm not saying this to be mean. It's just that we've already searched there.
Alright.
My men really are something else. And they found nothing. There's only one thing I can say to you, sis, and that's that they found nothing. That's it. I guess you're right. If they had found something, they would have reported it to us. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking... Shut up! Shut up!
We're about to arrest this man with a hot dog!
Oh! Ah!
They couldn't find anything because there was nothing there to find.
And if there's no info to feed into Little Thief, then I can't do much to help either.
Is this the end? The murder took place in this theater, which is not protected under extraterritorial rights. And the fact that it was Mr. Alba himself who committed the murder. If I can't prove both statements to be true, then Mr. Alba walks away a free man! Is there no other course of action left to us? It would appear that your hand of cards has turned out to be a bust. Now, if you will excuse me, because of you people, I missed my flight. Fuck off!
Shut up on your goddamn flight!
Now I must make haste to arrange for a new one. It's fucking windy.
It's old bag. What? Who is it this time?
Hold it right there, you whippersnappers! First Larry and now you? What is with that scary monster-like scowl on your face, Edgy Poo? Don't treat me like I'm some sort of nuisance. I've been meaning to say that, whatever. You all leaving this lady in the sad, depressing, lonely dust that I'm about to cry in. Why did you have to speak up right at this instant? But you know what, Edgy Poo? Cheer up, because I'm about to give you the most wonderful thing. The most wonderful thing from you. It's so super special that I couldn't give it away to just anyone you know. Oh, my special present of love to my sweet Edgy Boo. Are you ready? Is this? It's a hot dog. It's... I'm about to fucking kill this lady. It's a box of those samurai dogs, right? Yes, oh, Edgy Boo here.
Oh my god, Ray! I just see hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog!
They are simply just saying the word hot dog over again, but putting more exclamation points.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
No one is amused. Are we through here? Why did everyone get so quiet all of a sudden? Edgy Boo, tell me you understand the depths of this lady's love for you. I'm not one to hand out snacks willy-nilly, you know, no sir. The thought occurred to me that maybe it would be good if I fed you an hour. I'm not doing it, fuck off. I'm not doing it. It's the desire of every woman to make sure that the beloved never goes hungry. They said this is real agree. Oh,
Mr. Edgeworth! Can't you do anything about her?
there is no power on earth that can force that woman to shut the fuck up. But I'm so sick and tired of all you people do is look down on me. Even this box of samurai dogs played me for a fool. She's gonna open it up and it's gonna like... Wait a second. Wait a goddamn second. It's different.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god.
Oh my...
Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Oh, Ray, don't give it away! way! Don't tell us! Put a special box with a Hinamaru-like fan on it. I've never heard of such a piece of merchandise existing before. However, there it is. The red rising sun on this fan is filled in. Is it possible? Could it be? After the show, the samurai dogs were piled up on the dressing room floor. However, there is no such thing as a rising sun dog. Oh my god, I'm about to pop logic. Fuck off, game. This contradiction of facts between something that should not exist and yet does. The rays from this rising sun may just be what we need to point us in the right direction.
A present?
The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into a push cart just to move them, and the push cart had blood in it.
Oh my god.
I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Kochin at this theater and then placed his body in the push cart. And then, you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you. It's time to piece the final pieces of this logic puzzle together, no matter how fragile or small the connection may be. Once we've found them all, the way to the truth will be revealed. Alright.
Body and pushcart, I think. And then it'll be the Rising Sun dogs.
We have enough health bars, we can mess one or two of these up. The killer used the pushcart to transport the body, which means that they had to remove the samurai dogs from within first. Therefore, the samurai dogs that were piled up on the dressing room floor were most likely taken out of the pushcart by the killer.
I might have had too much cheesecake and now my stomach is paying the price. But it was really good.
That which should not exist, this box of samurai dogs with a Hinamaru on it. If this red rising sun was filled in when the killer was busy removing dogs from the pushcart, then it's proof that the murder took place in the dressing room. As long as this red substance turned out to be what I believe it is. Wendy Olbag. I thank you. You get this once. You get one.
Once.
Everyone gets one. What you have given to me is truly something very special. Hedgepoo! Mr. Edgeworth, are you sure you're feeling okay? Mr. Alba, as I suspected, you killed Mr. Kochin in the dressing room. How many times must I listen to you repeat yourself? Haven't you figured it out yet? Your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. The only way I'm going to continue to cooperate is with some definitive evidence. That arrogance, that self-confidence. You believe that you've erased every piece of evidence that could incriminate you. However, there remains one piece here, and it is what will put you away for good. Ah, you're bluffing.
Ho ho. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Sounds like you finally found them. You finally found the fangs we need to go after this guy's jugular. So tell us, what about that box of samurai dogs that's gonna put this old man away?
The trace evidence that will bring him down? Why, it's here, of course.
I'm losing my fucking mind over these goddamn hot dogs solving the case.
This box of samurai dogs with the rising sun fan on it, this should have never existed. Not because they're awful, but because of murder. I want you all to take a good look at this red spot. It is a single drop of blood.
That's a big drop of blood.
It's a very big drop of blood.
Huh? What?
Blood, you say? Agent Lang, I'd like this blood analyzed post-haste.
I've got to admit, I'm a bit surprised. I can't believe we found blood in a place like this. Hey you! Get this down to the lab pronto. But why is there blood in that box to begin with?
Oh, you know, murder. If we think about the flow of a crime, I think the reason will become obvious. Larry, you said that you transported the samurai dogs with the pushcart, correct? Yeah, I have a great memory, Edgy. That pushcart was a bit too big for my son, you know what I mean? So to make sure everyone could see him, I had to pile some stuff in. I figured the samurai dogs were there, so I used them to fill the cart up. What if Larry says we're true? Then what were the boxes doing on the floor?
Ah, I see. The killer took them out in order to place the body in the push cart.
And because Larry is too stupid to look under a piece of cloth.
Exactly. And that is when I believe the victim's blood found its way onto that box.
When my men investigated the room, not a single box of samurai dogs was in there.
Because Wendy fucking ate them.
Oh my god! Because embassy staff members had already confiscated them.
Yes, no doubt to hide the evidence of the murder.
It's a good thing Miss Oldback managed to steal that one box before they got to them, huh? Looks like Miss Oldback also managed to put this great thief to shame.
Oh, what a scandalous way of putting that. I didn't steal. I received it from myself. I didn't steal from you. I just received it from myself. I'd say this was one very fatal oversight on your part. Sorry to rain on your little love fest, however. How in the fuck? How can he be so self-confident and no-win situation for him like this? Even if that blood turns out to be Mr. Cochin, then what?
So, Mr. Edgeworth, it sounds like he's not ready to call it quits yet, huh?
The sole piece of evidence that was left at the scene of the crime, that alone has shed light on new fact. At the very least, we now have proof that the murder occurred in the dressing room. And you say that like it means something.
Huh?
Excuse me, sirs.
Report! What are the results of the analysis?
Sir, the analysis came back and confirmed that the red substance is blood.
I knew it. With this Kirkus Alba.
Oh, what is it? Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might humor my question. Your question? The ones from before, or have you forgotten? Even if that is Mr. Cochin's blood, what difference would it make?
Like we already told you, it proves that the crime scene was that dressing room.
But it doesn't prove that I am your killer, does it?
That's...
Is a very good point. The blood on that box doesn't prove that Mr. Alba is the killer.
Then, this evidence, it's meaningless?
That can't be, we're so close!
I want to smack that smug look off his face. Come on, there's gotta be something we can do.
We finally found a solid piece of evidence. There must be something I can expose with it. Ugh, I can't think of a single thing! Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way.
Who
Alright.
fucking said it this time?
Who was that? It's too late. I won't allow anyone to stop me now.
Oh my... Wait, was it...
It wasn't me, pal.
Was it the other ambassador?
It wasn't me this time either. It wasn't me either. It was me. Wait, why did you? It's the forensics guy.
Oh my god.
Why did you? Because I haven't finished reporting everything to you yet, sir. There's more? What?
What?
Hurry.
Hurry up and spit it out!
Yes, sir. That blood I mentioned, it's not the same blood type
Oh
as
my
the
god,
victim's
it's his blood.
Cause he got
From his wound.
fucking screwed.
Oh my god!
We're so fucking deep in the ragu. What?
What do you mean it's not the same type? You mean it's not the victim's blood? If it isn't his, then who the hell's is it?
I don't know, sir. All I know that it's not the same blood type as the victim's blood.
Oh my fucking god. What should we do now, Mr. Andrew? I bet that's where he got fucking stabbed.
That's when he got stabbed by the... Those weren't gardening shears at all, were they?
Oh my fucking god. I have no idea what's what anymore.
Neither do I. What an amusing turn of events. That blood drop proved something to be true, all right. Namely, my words. And which of your words would that be? The ones where I said that your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. That blood has nothing to do with the murder investigation whatsoever. Need I remind you that the blood got onto that box long before I entered my embassy?
What sort of nonsense?
Yeah, it's blood, pal. There's no way it's not related to the murder. So, you would like to believe. But what if someone preparing the samurai dogs had a small nosebleed? What then? I guess that's possible.
Damn it! Have we been wasting our time on a red herring?
Oh my god, we're getting so deep into it that Lang used the D word.
Use the D word.
The blood doesn't belong to anyone connected to the case. That should be clue enough.
Kirkus Alba, you bastard! So upset about the D word.
Silence. Don't you ever address me with such a filthy word ever again. What's your language in front of your elders? I've wasted enough time here with you, and you have your answers. Now let me through.
Alba, it doesn't matter where you run off to, you'll never escape me. Someday, I'll have the satisfaction of sinking my fangs into you. You'll see. All of Interpol will be behind me, working to see that that day comes.
Do you know what your words sound like to me? They sound like the whinings of a pathetic loser of a mutt.
Ah! He called you a butt.
Is this really the extent of what we can do? Is the blood really from someone completely unrelated to the case? Or is there another possibility? Someone else other than the victim? Just when I thought I had him backed into a corner, it is I who had been backed into one.
Open your eyes! It's right in front of you!
I know, hold on, give him a minute, he's got a monologue.
What would that man do?
What would he who can turn any desperate situation around? No, they said
Okay, I need you to get me a bird.
Did they? The blood on the knife is Cochin's, right?
I think so.
Like, we know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to lose my shit if it was like, oh no, the blood on the knife was actually his. I'm pretty sure that was stated at the very beginning.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Turn it around. Oh, turn it about, baby! That's it. I must turn my way of thinking around. It's not whose blood is this. It's whose blood could get onto the box like this. And if I think about it that way, if the blood got onto the box when the body was being placed into the pushcart, then the owner of said blood must have been in the dressing room at this time. And there is only one person that could be. Well, I must praise you for trying so hard. It's because of you kids that I was removed from center stage, and will be forced to live out the rest of my life in the shadows, unfortunately. But this is not a total loss, as the underworld will allow me more freedom than you will ever know. What the fuck?
Why are you just admitting this?
Freedom like what the raven feels as it flies through the dark night sky.
Oh my fucking god.
Don't mind me just being evil right in front of you. Oops. You know that picture of Anya? Just, oops, I dropped this. My whole confession. You can't lay a finger on me. Not now or ever. The arm of the law is powerless before me. Objection! Hey, fuck you, alright? Powerless, is it? I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. What do you mean? Allow me to describe you in one word. Pitiful. Pitiful? How so?
Pitiful, pathetic, penisless, wait.
Bitchless! Kirkus Alba, your wings were clipped long ago. And for someone who is trying to fly away on them without noticing that fact, high fives, Lang. Pitiful is the perfect word to describe you. Mere words.
What do you mean by his wings are clipped, Mr. Edgeworth?
Just what do you think it means, Kay? We've already caught him in our trap a while back. With an incredibly powerful, definitive piece of evidence.
Hey, Earth to Mr. Prosecutor. Care to speak in English? What are you talking about? What piece of evidence?
The piece I speak of is, of course, this drop of blood.
But we know that it's not from the victim. I don't see how it remains relevant to the case at all.
Miss Von Karma, I believe this is exactly why it's very important to the case. And the part that is the most important is the fact that it's not the victim's blood. You're looking at a little pale. Good, then I believe you're already aware of what I mean.
Then you know who the blood belongs to?
Of course I do. This piece of evidence is the irrefutable proof that will stop the killer in his tracks. The blood that soiled this box belongs to this person. Where's he at? Where's that motherfucker at? Where's that son of a bitch?
Where is he? There he is.
The blood of the rising sun on this box belongs to you, Kirkus Alba.
What? What is his blood on the box of the samurai dogs? He's not even a victim!
The blood fell into the box when Mr. Cochin's body was being loaded into the pushcart. At that time, only 2 people in the dressing room were the victim and this killer.
So that's what you mean. The blood doesn't belong to the victim. Then there's only one other person it could belong to.
Yes, and that person is the murderer himself. That's the only logical conclusion. Well, Mr. Cochin was the one who was stabbed, sir. Why does Mr. Alba have to be the one who was bleeding? What if during the murder, Mr. Cochin had fought back?
You mean if before Mr. Alba could kill him, Mr. Cochin managed to wound Mr. Alba?
Yes, and I believe we have a piece of evidence that proved that he was bleeding then. Shouldn't have been cocky, you dummery. Shouldn't have been fucking cocky. Oh, God, it's the good music. Mr. Alba, you bear on your body a great wound. That was from when Damask 2 attacked me with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, and that happened after he was in the dressing room.
But is that what really happened? You can manufacture a weapon by smearing blood on it, so I can't just accept that as fact. Shall we try a test, Mr. Alba, to see if the shape of your wound matches the scissors? You really are something else, Mr. Edgeworth. Are we really doing the bullet still in him again? We going for round 2? Just like, this feels really familiar. You don't let a single thing slip you by, no matter how insignificant the possibility. No one to talk, Mr. Alba. You've managed to give the law the slip for 10 years as the smuggling ring's leader. No matter the danger, you can hide every last ounce of fear and anxiety from everyone. You truly are a one-of-a-kind criminal. I'm master of my fear. However, to think that a person such as you could miss such a large thing. You believe I've overlooked something. You said that my wound was caused by Mr. Cochin, and that it was caused here in one of the theater's dressing rooms, right? Yeah, that is correct. I'd like to point out that it's simply not possible. My wound is a stab wound, and one that could have come from a blade. I wonder where you would propose that such a weapon came from.
The theater was packed with security guards. It would have been impossible for anyone to come into this area with a weapon of any sort. Just as Mr. Alba was able to bring the knife and the Albastian... to bring the Albastian knife into a bouquet. He's doing my throat something fierce.
Oh, listen, I feel all horrible and tingly up in my throat too. We're almost done.
I don't mean like that kind of thing.
We're all no. I mean like literally like it's all kind of like I'm talking about Alba. Like
okay,
Alba
I thought
voice.
you were trying to make a joke like
no, it was
like...
not. It was not a cum joke.
I wasn't saying it was a cum joke.
Anyway, we're right here.
There must have been some other way to sneak in a weapon of some sort.
Oh, but as long as you can't prove what that other way is, all you talk about it was the hot dog box.
What do you mean he got... mean the hot dog box.
Put the knife in the box of hot dogs.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm so tired. So if that other way does exist, you better hurry and tell me now. With pleasure. Wait, what? This piece of evidence shows us how Mr. Cochin brought a weapon into this theater.
What if it was the other weapon, the butterfly knife?
That's why it was on him!
And like it did go in the water.
Oh my god, you're so much smarter than me. I was thinking the stupid hot dogs were still involved here. Thank you, Chelse, for stopping me. Because it was still on him. Oh my god, thank you, Chelse, for being so much smarter than I am. Among law enforcement, this piece is known as the Yatagarasu's key. That key!
That's the key that my father stole from here 7 years ago.
And it is very unique, and that is both a key and a knife. Meaning that under the guise of a key, it could have been easily brought into the theater. No! You couldn't dispose of the knife that stabbed you. Therefore, you wiped off the blood and pasted it back in Mr. Cochin's pocket. After all, the key itself opens the safe in his office. You can't get rid of it. And inside that safe, there was a document about Kadopian paper signed by Mr. Cochin in order to make it look like Mr. Cochin died as the leader of the smuggling ring. You had to make it so that the police were the ones who opened that office safe. All that hard work to save yourself only served to destroy you in the end. Shall we try matching this knife's blade with your wound, Mr. Kirkus Alba? Oh, we're done here. We're fucking done here! And that is what some may call the coup de grace. Impossible. You can't take me down. Swine, all of you, especially Manny Cochin. This is all because of that man's betrayal. He sought to steal control of the smuggling ring from me by removing me as ambassador, which is why he deserved to die while bearing the guilt for all of my crimes for me. That's why I sent out the Yatagarasu's card, and how this incident was born. Manny was supposed to be the smuggling ring's leader who was killed by the Yatagarasu, but I had yet another reason, yet another story that was supposed to play out. Manny's death was supposed to bring everything to a close, and it would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling prosecutors. Mr. Alba, I'm afraid there is one more question I forgot to ask. This country's, or Alabast's, which country's court would you like to face first?
Oh my god.
Either way, it's game over for you. Edgeworth! Oh my god, we did it.
We did it!
Oh, and he died.
God.
Holy fuck. Oh, this is it, the big day. It's Mr. Alba's trial today. And next week, he's scheduled to stand trial in his own country in Alabast. Is Edgeworth really gonna get to prosecute this man?
Oh my god.
Oh yes, I'm also the prosecutor. You can't escape from me that easily. Francisca's handling that one. I suspect she'll be serving a full course of whiplashes at it. Having to face Miss Von Karma in court right after facing you, sir? Ugh, I don't even want to think what that would be like. I caught a glimpse of Mr. Alba as he was being escorted into the courthouse. And boy, he looked about as glum as I do the day before I get my monthly paycheck. You know, I've been thinking. That flight attendant and even Mr. Portsman were all Alba's secret agents. Correct? That smuggling ring was the common thread between all of them, all of the incidents. Camille was to provide support during smuggling ops using her job as an attendant. And feminine wiles? They did like to keep talking about how she was fucking the pilot. and Mr. Portsman was to manipulate trials related to the ring and to end in their favor. Ugh, I fly airlines and even the prosecutor's office. No one was safe from the smuggling ring, huh, sir? I suspect there was even more members of this ring spread through the world. Yeah, it sounds like such a big op that I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. What is it, detective? Nothing. It's just, well, come to think of it. Mr. Ernest Amano's trial is also scheduled for later today, sir. I'm aware of that. Mr. Amano has been working with the smuggling ring now over 10 years. He used the Amano Group's various connections worldwide to assist the ring. But all of that has come to an end, and his conglomerate is now undergoing harsh scrutiny. I owe Mr. Amano a debt of gratitude, but he must pay his debts to society. Well, with the arrest of both Mr. Alba and Mr. Amano, I guess that about wraps up the KG8 incident as well, huh? I suppose so. The real killer in the KG8 incident 10 years ago was Manny Cochin. And 7 years ago, the killer in the second KG8 incident was Macrel. Those two facts are the unshakable truth, however. It seems that a lot of effort was put into hiding these and other truths from us. And I will expose it all at the trials today. I'm about to just, Fortnite default dance on their ass. You're solving cases left and right today, aren't you, huh? CCU and Dead Man. Perhaps now, these two brave souls who tried to make the truth known could rest in peace. You know, that wind really is knocked out of your sails when you have to use the name Dead Man. I know! By the way, I received some gifts from Ambassador Polino. Shrimp, crab, beef, I don't need any of these. I'm giving them to you. What? Seriously? Wait, actually, I don't think I want them anymore. The way you're holding them. Don't tell me they're just coupons, sir. Detective Gumshoe, have you not read the paper recently? Ever since the two countries became Cadopi again, its economy has changed. Really? And it seems that Ambassador Polino has reaped a few benefits of his own from it. He has even been announced as the official ambassador of the newly reunified Cadopia.
Who is this?
Oh, it's Kay.
Oh. You know, every item he sent is a treasure. You don't seem all that interested. Well, if you don't want them, I can give them to my lovely assistant, Kay.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, it was Kay imitating Gumshoe.
Oh.
Okay, wait, that's not what I said. Mr. Ed, please let me have him. Actually, come to think of it, where is Kay? How come she's still not eating?
Hey, you've got to be more alert than that. I can't believe you didn't notice. I was even mimicking Mr. Edgeworth's voice for a bit.
Oh, it was supposed to be Edgeworth. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I totally didn't even notice you or realize that voice was you.
Longzhi says, ferocious love blooms with each new spring.
Agent Lang, a pleasant surprise to see you here.
It's been a long time since I set foot in a courthouse. And I wasn't going to miss watching the guy who screwed up my country finally get what's coming to him.
I am going to continue to wear these stupid fucking
Oh,
sunglasses.
thank
though.
God! Well, that and something else. I wanted to see you in action in court.
Is that so, Agent Lang?
We flushed out all the counterfeit bills, so Zinkfa is finally at peace again. And it's all thanks to you, so I just wanted to say thanks. Wow! I never thought I'd see the day old Wolfie says thanks to Mr. Edgeworth.
I should be the one thanking you, Agent Lang. If you hadn't negated Mr. Alba's extraterritorial rights, I would not have been able to bring him to trial. I believe the victory belongs to both of us in this case.
A shared victory, huh? Look, don't get me wrong. I'll still never forgive you, prosecutors. And I have zero interest in that truth thing you talk about in court. I've always done things my own way, and that's not about to change. You got that?
I see. Well, I believe you should follow your own creed when you do your job.
Yeah. And if there's ever someone And there's ever someone your precious truth can't catch. Feel free to sit around and cry about it all you want. But as for me, I'm gonna get that person no matter what.
Alright. It's about time for the trial to start. I'll see you later.
I'll be watching your performance from the gallery. I'm looking forward to this.
I prepared a whole ton of ticker tape for today's victory, sir.
I'll help throw some morale when Mr. Edgeworth wins.
Oh yeah, I forgot, because whenever they win a court trial, they just throw confetti around.
Hope you got enough, because I'm going to go call my men up as well.
A modest amount of ticker tape goes a long way. The scene shifts to the courtroom, and the final act of this long tale begins. Oh man. It's the story of those who chose to dedicate their lives to the pursuit of the truth. Prosecutors are those who seek a guilty verdict for the defendants they meet, and to that end you have no choice but to win by any means necessary. That creed was forced onto me since I was very young. However, I no longer think that is all we prosecutors are, and that is because... Even though I've only been away from the courtroom for a short time, I feel as though it's been a lifetime since I set foot in one. And today, more than any other day, I feel the fight within me rising. Yeah! That was a good game.
Yeah!
I don't know what else. That was a good game.
It was very good. I lost my mind at the hot dogs. I'm really in Mr. Edgeworth's debt for the other day. Thanks to him, I'm still free to serve the friendly blue skies. Oh, so about my suitcases. I've been selling them on the internet, and they've become a real sensation. Thanks to the praise the art will lavish my work as truly postmodern. The airline has chosen me to design their new line of I-Fly jumbo jets. Just think, someday you'll be able to take a ride in my pink-walled, yellow-seated jet.
Man. The people who said that last case is bad. I disagree. I really liked it. Edgeworth! Oh, that rudeness of a rude man. Because of him, my time and money is wasted. But more importantly, I've received a most fanatic treasure recently. The prima duck statue of the Principality of Cadopia. It weighs a bit light in my hands, but the Ambassador Polina was most generous. It's the fake one.
God.
I'll wait till the credits are done and we'll do talks. Because I have a lot of
I gotta remember all the voices I did before.
I know, right? Well, this one's Francisco. So it'll be fun.
We finally caught Agent Hicks' killer, and I was able to witness Mr. Albert's teary eyes. It feels good to finally bring everything to a close. I received another offer from Interpol to work another case in cooperation with them. However, the Cadopian court awaits. Cadopia's air is supposed to be very fresh, so my whip should find new vigor there.
Oh, it's Kay.
Playtime!
Or is it Meekins? Oh, god damn it.
Meekins!
This little patrolman has been fired as of today, sir. I don't remember the voice I did for him. I thought I was safe since I found the gun I had dropped. But I hadn't noticed that I dropped my police badge, too. I guess what really broke the camel's back was that I couldn't find my badge. My little life has suddenly tripped into a dark black hole, sir. I think I'll go to the courthouse and file a complaint with the Ruffles man. Who's the Ruffles man?
I don't know!
Who's the Ruffles man?
The Ruffles man.
Is that supposed to be Edgeworth because of his crevasse? Crevasse? Oh, it's Emma, who was here for a singular scene and then left.
Just one scene.
Don't worry, I'll be in the second game.
I was actually hoping to talk with Mr. Edgeworth a bit more than I did. But I've got to get going and return to Europe. I've still got a long way to go and a lot of stuff to study there.
Don't worry, you'll be back and Ray will be there with us.
Next time I help Mr. Edgeworth on a case, I'm gonna something. I'm sure he's gonna need all the help I can give him, scientifically.
Arc System Works? I didn't know they made the sprites for this game. Oh, it's
God.
Lolly. Oh, God.
I can't remember the voice I did for her.
It was just very wispy.
Because the kidnapping was staged, I was let off easy.
That's it.
But I won't go outside much anytime soon. But that's really okay. The only prison I'm in forever is trapped in the cage of love.
I think she might be my favorite, like, one-off character. I love her.
Out of the detention center. Well, he's only on guard duty. He has such a cold look in his eyes, just like that prosecutor. Stop it, Lord! When will you ever learn to stop being a prisoner of love?
There's a dead father's in the background.
Oh my God, you're right.
I think Lauren was genuinely my favorite, like, side character. She was great. Like,
loved her.
When it comes to, like, one-off characters for cases, like, amazing. It appears that there are all sorts of drama that take place outside the courtroom. Since we judges are here day in and day out, I've only heard a few rumors, but apparently Mr. Edgeworth teamed up with a thief and became a detective. Maybe I should team up with a bailiff and try to become a lawyer or something. Please don't. How did he become a judge? Usually you need to, like, know what...
Oh.
It's like a whole thing. Oh, is it Maggie?
Oh my God.
I don't fuck if we had to remember what the voice was for
I
that one.
don't remember. I think it's just like one of my fucking normal voices.
I barely escaped death yet again.
Yeah, but boy, are we lucky to have Mr. Edgeworth help us out, huh?
Yeah. But because I lost the key, I got fired from my security guard job.
Don't let it get you down, Maggie. You still got me. I ship it.
You're right, sir. I won't be sad. I'm gonna pick myself up and get through this. I wonder what my next job should be. Oh, this is actually kind of fun.
I love it. Brandon Gay!
Brandon Gay!
Do, do. Oh God, Polino.
Polino.
Why not come to Godopia for your summer vacation? We have coupons aplenty. Right now, our embassy is proud to present our Let's Investigate a Murder show. Although recreating that particular case has created a few small fires of its own. Then we had a few problems with the fire marshals, but the next event will be great! It will be like an attraction entitled Capture the Yatagarasu. Of course, I hope to enlist Kay's help in creating our latest attraction. What the fuck? I mean, murder mystery parties are like a thing, so you know.
That is true.
Fucking I can't believe that Mindy ditched me and went to Japan. But it's okay, because that's how I met Miaru. We're planning to go to Paris soon and start a business. We're going to sell blue ocean dogs. They'll sell like hotcakes for hot dogs for sure. A blue hot dog and a blue bun, I guarantee it'll turn your tongue and face blue. I know I'm not really the type to work a lot, or at all really, but so I noticed I really haven't seen the guy in the blue suit at all recently. He's talking about our man! What's up?
Man.
The next time we meet, I'm gonna make him eat one of my dogs. Don't word it like that.
I like how no one actually says his name. You're like, that man, the guy in the blue suit.
If you aren't on screen, your name does not exist. Who's here? Sheeta? It's bad, yeah.
Today I gave testimony in court today. As a member of the Yatagarasu.
You're Mr. Bad. You look well, all things considered. By the way, have you noticed the elements with the ring have begun moving?
They're probably fighting over who should succeed. Over who should be the next boss. Although, to be honest, I wish I could forget I'd ever heard of that smuggling ring.
Would have made your life a hell of a lot easier.
Long G says, thoroughly bite the poisonous snake from the head to tail. No one runs afoul of the law and escapes this wolf's fangs. I'll get you all yet!
Ah, youth. When did I become so old, I wonder?
I've begun noticing the gray hair on my beard more. I'm thinking of retiring my mirror.
fucking windy.
Hot dog, hot dog.
I was the Pink Princess, the Pink Badger, all in the span of 2 days. Talk about busy. But it's alright, because I got a letter from my beloved Edgeworth. Please take care of your hip, and when you wish to speak, first take off your headpiece. What does he mean by that last statement? It's not like I enjoy being under a headpiece. Okay.
Okay, people, if you get them all, then I was the Pink Princess right here of Justice. Where was comes here? What like? Oh fuck!
Alright. High Prosecutor's Office.
Ooh.
Whoop! I feel so much better now that the trial's over. And as always, your legal prowess was top-notch, sir.
Yeah, nothing beats the look of Mr. Alba's face when you revealed the ring secrets. I was amazed! You're like a totally different person when you step into a courtroom.
Mr. Edgeworth is always 10 times fiercer in court. Based on the information Mr. Alba offered up, they've begun large-scale operations to clean up the rest of the ring, which I'm happy to leave to Francisca and Agent 9. So what are your plans now, Kay?
Oh, well, I've taken care of the creep who killed my father, so I'm not sure. Hey, I know! Maybe I'll just keep on being Mr. Edgeworth's assistant.
Please? 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 Are you still going to steal my job, pal?
Just kidding, just kidding. I can't steal something so important to you, Gummy.
No, what a relief. Kay,
Yes?
even after all that's happened, are you still planning to become a great thief?
Of course! But I don't want to tarnish the legend of the noble Yatagrasu. So I'm gonna hold off on doing anything until I make a tight 3-person team of my own.
I mean, just saying. But, like, what if, we, like, keep in touch? 3-person team.
A 3-person team of young beauties the same age as me, if possible.
With those criteria, I highly doubt you'll find the other 2 people you'll need.
My father chose to fight for the truth. I think that's what was so noble about him. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth? The only things I'll ever steal are the truths that have been hidden away. I'm gonna work extra hard to make the world where the Yatagrasu isn't needed.
Let's both strive for such a future.
Well, I guess it's time for me to get going.
I see. Kay, keep your chin up and stay strong, okay? And don't be a stranger.
Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be sure to break the lock on the window and sneak in.
If you could, I would appreciate it if you came in through the building's front door. It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. The lock on my window at home has been broken forever.
Oh, one last thing before I go. Let's take a group picture, just the 3 of us.
Yeah, a commemorative photo! Every big case has to end with one. No.
Hey, why not?
Don't tell me you're camera shy, Mr. Edgeworth. Of course not, detective.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm taking the picture now. Hey, come back here.
Mr. Edgeworth, you can't run away from this, sir. Hey, detective, come shoot. Stop that. I can't be seen doing that.
Okay, I'm totally taking it now. Say cheese.
And thus the long tale of the KG8 incident came to a close. I saw the demise of a smuggling ring and the birth of a little great thief. Ah!
Oh.
Before I am eager to tackle the investigation into a new case. The reason for my eagerness is my want to pursue the truth, and my want to believe in the strength of those who use the power of the law for good. As someone who has chosen to live my life as a prosecutor, that is my new creed.
Aww.
Oh, it's so good.
Fun game. Good game. Good game.
Did it have its low points? Yes. But I think its highs are some of the highest I've ever seen in the series, you know? That was really good.
That was really good.
Especially because we took a proper break in between, like, during that last part of the game. So it didn't feel like it just dragged on.
Thank God.
And it was done when it was done. Sure, there was some weird, wacky bullshit. And yes,
He hid the knife in the hot dog.
I honest to God thought that was what it was about to be. I really like that game. This game.
That was fun. We got the second one.
We
now
have
to
the
do.
second one to do now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to powerhouse through editing the rest of the VODs because I have like a couple more streams to go, and then once I'm done with that, we will figure out when we're going to start playing the second game because obviously, like, I've heard nothing but good. Like, everyone who's played the second one says it's their favorite, you know? And I am already willing to probably say that this probably is my favorite Ace Attorney from the ones I've played, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I love Kay so much. She is such a good addition.
Darling daughter. Love her.
She is the perfect foil to Edgeworth. Once you because it gives it really does turn Edgeworth into a dad. Because if you saw how he worded it at the end there, it was the birth of a great little thief.
Yeah.
And that fucking got me. I'm actually like a little fucked up right now because it genuinely to see him say that, it like actually really touched me. Because like we called her his daughter as a joke through the whole thing. And to see it was actually, that was what the idea was, just makes me really happy.
Listen, and it's great because, you know, when Edgeworth marries Phoenix, he'll get another daughter. And Kay will get a sister.
Kay will have a really cool sister.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, Lang, like, I did nothing but sing his praises through the whole game.
Right,
And
you missed it. It was like fucking like 11 minutes in, and like shut up, and Parker was like, "Oh, Lane." Fucking 11 minutes in.
Well, but I thought he was gonna be gone for longer.
It was just really funny.
I thought he was gonna be gone for way longer because like of his bullet wound in his leg. Do you have any thoughts on the project? Any thoughts of like what was like your favorite parts?
I still really like that one case in the amusement park. I thought that one was a lot of fun.
I will say I do think from like just the case standard, the third case I think might still be the best because there isn't any like filler in it. It really is nothing but like constant momentum. That last case does have filler, but that fourth case is so much worse.
Oh my god!
I literally,
so badly.
I felt like I was about to fall asleep during that.
I felt something was like, oh man, baby Kay's dad. I want to fucking fall asleep so bad.
Oh my god! She pulled out a gun.
Oh, that really woke us up.
It really did. It woke.
It was like just fucking like snail's faith, and then she fucking pulls out a gun. Yeah, and starts being real unhinged.
Yeah, I know. And then the reveal that Sheena was her the whole time. That was
fucking.
That's the thing, is that story-wise, I really liked the fifth case. Like that final case, I think is actually really good. Call me.
It was a fun one.
Call me crazy. I don't, like I said, I think the third case is better, but that final one is not bad. I think it's bad if you don't take a break. halfway through, because then obviously the flaws in it show a lot more. But
Yeah.
since we took a break from it, and because there was a very proper end point or like save point, and it was like, all right, this is obviously where we need to take a break and come back to it a little bit later when we're energized. I actually really enjoyed fucking breaking Alba down because he was such a Weasley old bastard who was trying to take like every point to get
I'm
out of
going
it.
to leave now. Shut the fuck up. I need to catch my flight. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Fucking stay still.
I'm glad we had dumb Ace Attorney bullshit even to the very end. And at the end, that's just like, I don't know what to say. I really liked it. Thank you, Chelse, for joining me. You will obviously be here for the second one. Like, why wouldn't you?
Smiley face.
Can't get rid of you that easily. Yeah. Thank you, everyone who watched. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you as well for watching the YouTube videos. Like I said, expect Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
The squeakquel.
The squeakquel, yes. I have a lot of video to edit, but you know, I'll get it done. Don't worry about it. I hope you all have a fantastic...
If you're watching it now, it got done.
It got done! I hope you all have a fantastic night, and or day, or afternoon, or, you know, whatever time it is over there at your funky part of the world. Thank you for anyone who followed during the stream. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day as well. Thank you for any support that was shown, any follows, anything like that. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.